This is the YouTube channel All Things Cinema. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to All Things Cinema. I'm excited about this video that I'm going to show y'all. It's another behind the scenes footage of a worship session at an Airbnb in Baltimore. I had the pleasure and the honor to be the person that filmed it. I'm just so excited for you guys to see this. I actually filmed it with three different cameras. I filmed it with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K. I filmed it with the Panasonic GH5s cinema camera, and then I also filmed it with a third camera. I didn't want to, but I just needed a third camera. I filmed it with the Sony A7rIII in S-Log and S-Gamma. So I'm excited for you guys to see this behind the scene footage of me setting up the cameras and the lighting for the worship session. The Airbnb itself already looked nice. It was a little bit smaller in size than I would like it to be, but you know, we used what we had. Also, this is from the manager Zoe, who is a good friend of mine. Manager Zoe, he has a Christian gospel management company called In His Image Management. You can find him on Instagram. I'll put a link to his Instagram in the description. In His Image Management by brother manager Zoe. He has, I think, about maybe 3 gospel and Christian artists so far. They're all fire. If you love gospel music and you into Christian rap, check them out. But check out this video, behind the scenes footage, which I'm excited about. It's fire. So I hope y'all enjoy it. Until then, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.
All right, so this is the space where we will be filming the worship session. Now, I'm using my phone, and it's kind of wide angle, but I would say the space is about medium. It's not large. It's doable, and you can kind of see here different angles. I would say about maybe 15 feet, maybe wide, maybe between 15 and 20 feet. And so I obviously took this picture during the daytime, but we did the worship session at night. Kind of sketched it up just to show how I need to move this chair. We need to put a piano in there. Here's where I want my singers to be at, and just kind of preparation before setting up and filming.
Got oil.
Got the oil.
I'll just rub it on my hand. Let me see if the TV got Oh, worthy Lord. Worthy Lord. Worthy. Name.
Worthy is the Lamb of God. Hallelujah. So yeah, we just setting up the main camera first, which will be the Blackmagic 6K Pro. I have the 16mm lens on here, which is the widest one I have. This setup is pretty wide, but gonna see how this looks first, and then we'll go from there if we need to change the focal length and whatnot. Might have to move a few things out. We're gonna put a piano right here, so we might have to swap that table. We might have to move this chair right here as well. So this is the full width of the living room that we're gonna use. All right, so I actually changed up the lens. I put the 50mm EF lens on my Blackmagic 6K Pro, and then you see the other 2 cameras are up too. Now, no lighting or anything like that. This is the night before the worship session, so I'm just setting up the cameras in their perspective places where I'm going to have them and see where I'm going to lock these guys in. So I have the 50mm millimeter on. As you can see, I'm filming. I have it in film profile, so it's flat on the 6K Pro. Showing y'all guys the lens right here, and yeah, I got the 6K Pro up on the sticks pretty high because I wanted to be over top of the piano player that's going to be in the corner, and that's the GH5s that's going to be on a rotation, not on a rotation but a loop that's on the motorized slider right there, and this is the GH5s. I have that guy filming at his best quality. I'm talking about it's 4K all intra high bit rate, and this my brothers and my sisters right here from my church. They're just you know, just chilling out a little bit, watching some worship on TV. And this is the Sony A7rIII. This is the third camera, not my choice, but I needed a third camera, so that's what I had. I use that for photography, but it did have a 4K resolution mode in there, but it was only at 100 megabits, so I really don't recommend the A7R4 for video work, but it did help out for a third camera. Here's going to be the tight shot. I have it on a tripod raised up pretty high so I can kind of be over top of the piano player that's going to be in this corner here. We got right now the Sony A7rIII, which is on the 24-70 low and on a set at 24 millimeters to kind of get a wide shot of the panel, the worship panel that's going to be here on this couch. And then thirdly, we're going to have the GH5s all the way over there. That's on a 16 millimeters wide, and it's going to be on a constant motion, kind of going side to side, getting the angle. So we got those set up. I think now I'm going to try to balance some extra lights with the house lights, because there's no flickering house lights. It's actually a decent quality, so we can actually use those. Now typically you want to kind of only go with your lights because of the CRI, color accuracy rating, because of avoiding flickering, and then also power output. But the lights here are pretty decent. There's no flickering, and so what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much use our lights as a field light. I don't think I'm going to establish like an actual key light to be the main light that I build off of. So I just got my lights down here. We're going to kind of try to use these to I do have my Aputure 120D that I'm setting up right now, and I'm gonna have the power super low, but I'm gonna put one of my octa boxes on there with a diffusion and kind of build off of that. So alright, so as you can see, my main key that I chose is my 120D Aputure. D is for daylight. It's not bicolor, it's daylight only. So if I wanted to warm it up, I would need to use a warm color temperature gel. But this is my main key light, and I put a very this is a smaller softbox by Small Rig. But I just showed you that it's two diffusions. There's what diffusion on the inside, and then there's a diffusion on the outside. So what that does is it makes the it really softens up the light, and it's not so much harsh. Okay, you'll see in a second. As soon as I turn it on, you see how blue it was, but the my phone just adjusted the temperature. But the key light is way bluer, or say cooler, than the house light. So you see this is my gel pack. I am going to add a CTO, which is color temperature orange, to warm up my key light, so that it's not too many. It's not, there's not a mixture of cool and warm lighting that's being keyed on our worship subjects. So, and there you see I have the gel inside. I had to tape it because I didn't have my my gel holder with me. So that's how it looks inside there. And I'm just going to show y'all the this is, I'm going through the picture profile on a Sony. A good thing about Sony's is that in almost all of their Sony cameras, you get all of the picture profiles, S-Log2, S-Log3, and here I am going through the picture profiles to get the most cinematic profile. So you see I'm going to use the S-Gamut Cine, S-Log3, S-Gamut 3 Cine, and man, that's one thing I have to give to Sony's. Like, this is my first and only time that I did video with Sony was with this A7rIII, but they really provide a lot of choices and flexibility when it comes to picture profile, and that's what separates video from cinematography, is that you are buying a camera that comes with really good color science and cinematic picture profile, and that you as the user learn how to choose the best cinematic picture profile that you can pull from your camera. Okay, so I actually forgot that I did this, but this is cool. So I'm actually going to show y'all the settings I filmed it in. So I filmed it in Blackmagic Raw, constant bit rate at 12:1. I got it in film picture profile, which is Blackmagic's flat profile for the best color grading, and I have it at 30p, 30 frames per second. So this is the secondary light, just to kind of add more of a wraparound lighting on the worship singers, and then that is actually bi-color. So within that one color, within that one LED panel, I can go cool or I can go to warm. So I'm just showing y'all the settings. I mean the settings on the A7rIII again. I'm at f2.8 on this 24 to 70 millimeter lens. That's the widest I can go, and I'm just showing y'all the picture profile again. I'm at ISO 800, not bad on the Sony, so I don't have to worry about its bad dynamic range and everything, right? I'm not too high in the ISO. So that's on the Sony A7rIII. Now, out of all three cameras, the Blackmagic 6K Pro, which is a super 35 millimeter sensor, has the most dynamic range out of all three of these cameras. The Blackmagic has 13 stops of dynamic range. This GH5s, I believe, is rated at 11.5 stops of dynamic range, if I'm not mistaken. I'm also filming in Vlog in the as you can see on the screen. I'm filming in Vlog on the GH5s, so I'm shooting in flat picture profile on all three cameras because I'm intentionally going to color grade all three cameras to color match each other in editing, and I'll show y'all this a little bit later in the video. So there you go. See, I just toggled the LUT off, so you can see this is in flat. All three cameras I filmed in its prospective. I'm not even sure that's where perspective, flat picture profile. Yep. So man, it's probably about 2 in the morning. I'm tired, but I'm not tired. Like, I could do this all night. And this is good preparation. So all this is the night before filming the next day. All right, real quick, I just want to make note, like, y'all probably are wondering why I have two lights on one side of the couch, one side of the singers. Well, for the cinematic, I wanted shadows to be on the other side of them for that cinematic look, and that's the reason why I did not put a light on one side and then a light all the way on the other side. Like, you know, you kind of want some shadows. You don't want everything to be lit, you know, all sides of the face to be lit. So that's the reason why you see I have my lights, key lights, on one side of the living room, because I want the other side of the face to fall a little bit more into the shadows. So that sounds good. Like we got the gospel artist coming in right now. Camera set up, lighting set up. We got Rick Rogers on the mix board. We got manager Alonza. Manager Alonza. Joe gonna be on the drums. We got Kristen on piano. Just using two lights, and then we just using house lights and whatnot. So just the whole production.
We worship you. 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 We come humbly for your throne. We worship you. We bow down to you. We worship
Alright, so I would say here, yeah, as far as the positions of all three cameras, everything went smooth. Everything went smooth. The quality from all three cameras were really good. I'm gonna talk about that Sony A7rIII a little bit later in this video because it surprised me. But so see here, this is the pre-mixer board. We have all of the mics going in there. I have Rick Rogers, who's kind of assisting with the mixing. And then you can see the lady sitting beside Rick Rogers. She has the audio recorder, and all of the sound is going into that recorder for the final mix, recording on the SD card. So that is how I am capturing the audio off of camera.
everything I have.
All right, y'all. So I thought I'd let some of the B-roll play from my phone of the worship session, just because it was amazing. Track after track, this group that Alonza gathered together for this worship session was awesome. So I let some of these photos taken from the A7rIII, because I hopped off a video and took the A7rIII and was using it to take some photos. I'll just go ahead and let y'all know who's who. On the piano is Kriston. This is Joe Martin. He was on the drums. He played piano as well, and drums. And on the left is Bella Veronica. In the middle is Cassie Martin, and all the way to the right in the green hoodie is Shoy. All of them sing, and I'll try to tag them in the description below. All the way in the back in the king hoodie, that is manager Zoe, and his wife sitting on the couch, that's Leah Gibbs. Those are the Gibbs. All right, so now we're going to get to the good stuff. I'm going to preview and show you a portion of the worship session, and then after that I'll show you the color grading of the 3 cameras.
We worship you. We worship you. We worship you. We worship you. Sing that with me. We worship you. We worship you. We worship you. We worship you. We come humbly for your throne. We worship you. We bow down to you. We worship you. Yes. We worship you. We worship you. We desire to worship you. We worship you. When it's hard, oh Lord. We worship you. When it's good, oh Lord. We worship you. Oh yes. We worship you. Take your rightful place, oh God. We worship you. Take your rightful place, oh Lord. We worship you. 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 In the splendor of your beauty. We worship you. In the splendor of your holiness. We worship you. We worship you. We worship you. We worship you.
All right, so that is the final edit, just a portion of the worship session, which was like an hour and a half long. So now let's go into Davinci Resolve, and I'll show you the turning this not raw, but turning these 3 different cameras filmed in its log profile, to color correct them, color grade them, and also have them to match each other. Alright, so here we are in Davinci Resolve. These are the 3 clips from each of the cameras. This one is the Blackmagic 6K Pro clip. Also, I already have them graded, but I'm going to break it down for you. This clip right here is from the Sony A7rIII. Again, that was filmed in 4K as well. That's that one. And then the next clip right here, this is the Panasonic GH5s. This is its angle. It was looping on the motorized cinema dolly slider. So I'm gonna toggle off, and as you can see, this is how the base Vlog, which is Panasonic's flat profile, looks. This is the Sony's, and then this is the Blackmagic Pocket 6K Pro. So they are graded. They're already graded. Now I'm gonna go over to the color tab, color correction tab, and I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna break it down to y'all how I was able to color correct these and then also have them color match each other. So these are the nodes. Davinci Resolve uses nodes as opposed to Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere. Sorry, these are all nodes, and I use multiple nodes, and I do maybe just one correction per node so I can be able to manage it better and turn them off if I need to. So that's how it looks. And then I'm gonna put it in a split screen so you can see all three cameras in this one screen, so you can see them side by side, and you see how they're color matching. Like, look at the brick, color of the brick, look at the mid-tones and the skin tones. I color corrected all three clips so that they can match each other to the best of its ability. Now these three different cameras, three different color sciences, three different gamma shifts, three different angles, and you color correct them so that they can match each other instead of you watching three different cameras. So now let's go to breaking down the color correction per camera with the nodes and show you how I did it. So and this shot is really good, this shot right here, and this was with the Sony A7rIII too. So all right, so I'm going to show you right here. We're going to start off with the Sony A7rIII. I'm going to drop or detach each node to show you how it's changing, and then we're down to the bare bones S-Log flat profile now. Right, this is how it looks, S-Log bare bones. Now I'm going to add my second node, and you see how I just brung in some contrast and some levels. So this node right here, I used it for only the curves, pretty much like the levels, low, mid, high tones. Then I'm gonna add in this third node, which is two of them. They're both of them combined. Those are the adjustment levels. So like highlights, shadows, it's over here in this tab. And then you see you have color wheels, you have temperature, also change the temperature, you have saturation, hue, contrast, and etc. So that's why I use multiple nodes, because I'll do one correction per node. So now we jump into the Blackmagic, and this is how it looks, fully graded. You know, the Blackmagic 6K, so it has highest quality. So I'm gonna detach that one. You see how it's shifted. I'm gonna detach that one, and then detach. Now we're to the bare bones film log from Blackmagic. That's their flat picture profile. So I'm gonna bring in this first node, and this one is pretty much the Blackmagic 6K Pro LUT. Now I use the LUT for the 6K Pro because I have it in Davinci Resolve. So basically I add that LUT in, and you see how it brung that flat picture into a Rec 709 space. Has decent shadows, midtones, has saturation and color. So I just added this third node, and you see what it did. You saw it brighten up. So basically this third node, I use curves. So even though we already use a LUT, now I'm going to adjust it. So I lifted up the midtones a bit because I'm trying to color match it to the other two cameras. So I lifted it up. I'm using these curves right here, and I'm lifting up midtones and highlights. So I just added this other node, and you just saw a shift. So I'm gonna go into this primaries and color wheels to show you this is where I did an edit. So you can see the temperature there, the white balance, I shifted it so it could be a little bit of, see, I'm toggling on and off, and I shifted the white balance a bit. So those are the four nodes with the Blackmagic. And so now this one here is with the Panasonic, the GH5s. These are the nodes I use for it. I'm gonna detach each one. You'll see each time I detach is going all the way down to its V-Log, which is the flat picture profile for Panasonic. All right, so this node right here is curves, right? So that's the first one. You see when I adjusted the curves with this node here, it deepened the shadows. I brought up the midtones, raised up the highlights, added some contrast so that we can bring it into a Rec 709 space, which is more natural to the eye. All right, now here's the third node, and I'm going to connect it over to this one to the right. Both of them combined will do this. So these nodes here, I adjusted the levels and also white balance. So you can see when I toggled it on and off, it got brighter. I adjusted the white balance, the temperature, as you can see right there, and a little bit in the gamma color wheel and the offset color wheel as well. So that's what I did in these two nodes here. All right, now I have one more node where I'm gonna connect this one, and this one's very subtle, but this node, this last node here, I actually did a shift in the hue. When I'm toggling on and off, you can see the hue, which is the color. Specifically in the orange, I shifted it. So I'm gonna go here. It's in the curves. It's this is the main curves. It's not where I put it. Now I gotta go back to the curves. Go back to the curves, and then it'll be under the hue versus hue, and there you can see it right there, right here in the orange. I shifted it up a little bit, so it changes anything that's close to orange, and you can see when I toggle it on and off. All right, so those are the nodes. These, you know, how many nodes I use for the Panasonic. Now please don't judge me. There's no right or wrong way. There's multiple ways you can color correct and color grade. This might not be the most common and most professional when you see like professional colorists do it, but I have experience. I've been color grading, color correcting. I could just do it manually without using some of the actual reference tools for color correcting. But I do want to get in the habit of using those, right? I can just kind of go off my eye a bit. All right. So now that we got all three cameras color corrected and they're matching each other, you know, this people can watch this video, see three different angles, three different cameras, but it almost look like they're watching one camera with three angles. All right, so I hope that that really quick color grading tutorial kind of helped you out a little bit. This is specifically for Davinci Resolve, and which is my favorite color grading editing suite. But I use Adobe Premiere for a lot of my graphics and transitions and stuff like that. But overall, this was my first worship video that I filmed and edited, and I would love to do more. So subscribe, like the video if this helped y'all out, and I catch y'all in the next one. God bless y'all. Peace.